Good evening, everyone. Like I said earlier, my name is Shuaib Habu, and welcome to day 23 of our training. So, as usual, this is the 23 outlines. We will have a recap on day 2. Then we will discuss about grid lines, then cells, then row columns, then Q&A, then the conclusion for today's class. So, like we have discussed on day 22, we discussed about Microsoft Excel introductory part, right? Where we spoke about the importance also and uses of Microsoft Excel. Then we discussed about interface of Microsoft Excel. So we have also covered some of the components of the interface, right? Where we took a quick tour onto the interface of Microsoft Excel. So I think today's class is also a build off on the yesterday's class. Like I have defined yesterday, we said Microsoft Excel is a what? Spreadsheet program used for what? Organizing, calculating, analyzing, and what? Presenting data. And we said that it works with what? Grid of rows and columns, where the intersection forms a what? Forms a cell. So today's class, we will look at these rows and columns in details. So we will begin with what? Grid lines. Grid lines. So as you all know, when you open Excel, you will be seeing these what? Lines inside the what? Application interface, right? So we call those lines what? Grid lines. So these grid lines are just what? Paint lines that you see on the screen that makes the spreadsheet look like a what? Grid. I can who is this? Let me check. Madam Hassan, let me mute you. Okay. Madam Isa, can you all hear me? Unmute yourself, please, and answer me. Can you hear me?
Okay, sir, we are hearing you, sir.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
sir, we are hearing you.
Okay. So, like I said, these grid lines are nothing but what? Fence lines that you see on the screen, which makes the what? Spreadsheet look like a grid. So, it is these grid lines that makes the what? Interface looking like a what? Grid. So, this word grid line, it means that those what? Thin lines that separate the cells and make the sheet look like what? Many small boxes. So these grid lines, they are very, very important because they help our eyes to find the cell boundaries so that we can see the rows and columns clearly rather than to leave the spreadsheet like there is
Well, we are not
these
saying
lines like this,
anything.
it will not be easy for our eyes to be locating the cells, and the data entry will be difficult for us. So, for this reason, the Microsoft Excel interface was drafted with these grid lines so that we can enter the data like easier than before. So, we have discussed cell, right? Where we said that small box which is formed when there is intersection of what? Rows and columns in that interface is what
And
makes
column.
cell. So maybe we will start the practical the moment I'm through with this theoretical aspect. I know by this time you know what is grid lines, right? Those paint lines that you see when you open the Microsoft Excel. So take note of this. Then we have, okay. So as you can see, the fence lines you see that makes the spreadsheet look like a grid is what? Is what we call the grid lines. So we have cells where we said what? That small box formed where there is intersection of row and what? Column is what we refer to as what? Cell. So like I mentioned earlier, we said that the columns are what? Labeled with what? alphabets A, B, C up to. Meanwhile, the horizontal lines, which are the rows, were what labeled with what numerals 1, 2, 3 up to. So intersection of these two makes the what cell. So like this cell B2, it is what intersection of what vertical line B with what horizontal line 2, which makes the cell what B2. So this is just like an intersection of the word rows and the word columns. So as you can see, the small boxes formed where a row and a column meet is what we refer to as what cells. Then rows and columns. When you open the Microsoft Excel, this is how you will see it. The rows are what vertical horizontal, and they are what numbered 1, 2, 3 up to. Meanwhile, the columns are what lettered A, B, C up to. So these are the words rows and the columns. When we open the interface, you will see them clearly. So as you can see, rows, they go what horizontally. That means from left to what to right, and they are numbered in what numerals 1, 2, 3 up to. Meanwhile, the columns, they go what vertically from top to what bottom, and they are lettered A, B, C. So we will now start our tower into the what Microsoft interface. So let me reshare my screen. Okay, I'm trying to share the Excel screen. Can you all see my screen? Madam Hassan, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, you can see it, but
Yeah.
um, can you see what I'm typing?
Yes.
You can see, but
Yes.
what have I typed? 2000, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that means we are together. Let me ascertain whether Malam Suleiman and Omo Nabil are with me.
Sir, we are with
Yes,
you.
sir, we are with you.
Okay, you can see the
We
number
are
I
seeing
have
it
typed
clearly.
right now, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir, we are seeing.
Okay, fine. So, like I said, this is the what interface of what Microsoft Excel. So as you can see these paint lines drawn inside the word interface. These are the grid lines. So if, for instance, I said view, maybe I come to review. I'm coming. So for instance, when I change, as you can see, there's grid lines here. The moment I click on it, you will see what? The interface will be free of what? Grid lines. So entering data like this, it will be tricky and difficult for you because you cannot be able to what? Locate the cells clearly. But
Please come again.
with these grid lines, as you can see, data entry is very what? Easy, because you can easily locate what? Each cell. The moment you are in this particular cell, you know that you are in this particular cell. So it is easier than without the what? Grid lines. So these grid lines are very, very important. That is why they are what? Installed in the what? Interface. So like also I said, these columns, vertical columns that are what lettered A, B, C are the what? Are the what? Columns. And these ones, 1, 2, 3 up to, they are the what? Rows. So where a column and a row meet is what we refer to as what? Cell. So for instance, this is a column F, and this is row 4. So row 4, column F, we call this cell F4. F4. Because it is an intersection of this word, column F with this word, row 4. which makes this word particular cell F4. So maybe I'm in this site. I want to locate myself to F4. So I can come to this name bar, which is the address bar, and type F4. The moment I enter, I press enter, you will see it will take me to my word cell, which is the word F4. So we have discussed columns, we have discussed rows. So what we shall discuss now is yesterday, we have gotten some interruptions, right? There is issue when I am sharing my screen. Some of you complained that they cannot see the screen. So maybe I will give you a quick recap of what we have done yesterday, because of the fact that for today's class we have covered what we are supposed to cover, which is grid lines and rows and columns. So like I said earlier, this site where I am locating my cursor is what we refer to as what? Quick access tool what? Toolbar. So as you can see, we have redo here, we have undo, we have what? Save file, we have what? Open file, and I also told you that if you want to also add additional what? Button, you can include, like when you press this drop down, you will see them like this. So if I said quick print, I will add what? Print in here. Also, if I said uh, maybe sort ascending and descending, the moment I click, you will be seeing it. Each one I clicked, it will also appear in my what? Quick access toolbar. So these are very important when you are trying to just navigate in, maybe opening file or saving or action, something like printing, all this without navigating through the what? Other options. So I also explained to you that this is our what? Title bar, which shows the name of your what? File. So in as much as you start working in Microsoft Excel and you have not saved your file, you will see it as book. If it is the first one you open, it will be book one. If it is the second one, it will be what? Book two. But mark you, the moment you see book, that means you have not saved your file. And in this case, maybe if you are working and your system has no charge, maybe you will easily lose your what? File. So this should what? Indicate to you that up to now you have not saved your file. So you can locate file, save. Maybe if I like, I can save it on desktop. I will write the name. Maybe I will say health health one health one. So I will just click save. The moment I save it, you see that name from book one, it changed to what? Health one, right? So this indicates to me that what? I have saved my file. Then I also explained to you about menu bar. You see this home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, view and help are all what? Menu bar. They are called what? They are called menu bar. I also discussed about you about ribbon with you, where I said under each menu bar, for instance, this home button, when you press on it, you will see all these commands and actions. So all these ones are the what? Ribbon. That is why when you come to this, can you see my cursor location? Can you see it? Hello? Can you see the location of my cursor? Can you see? Unmute yourself and answer. Nabil, Malam
Yes, sir, we are
Isa,
seeing it.
can you see?
Yeah, we can.
Also now.
Okay, so this is the what? Ribbon display options. In these options, maybe if you are working maybe with a large data set, you can choose this option to hide the ribbon. So if I click on this auto hide, that means the ribbon will be what? Hidden. Then if also I want to maybe show only tabs, I can choose these show tabs. So as you can see, the tabs are there. These tabs are also called menu bar. It's all the same. Tabs or what? Menu bar. So they are there. Then if I choose show tabs and commands, so that means the ribbon will be in full. So as you can see, the moment I click this, the ribbon is what? In full.
Kagan
Instead of these tabs only,
na?
the ribbon commands are
Ana
what?
kana kan
Showing.
duk sama inda kana
So
bana
this
ne.
is the word
Kasan
ribbon.
Ali.
I also explained to you that this is our what?
Na?
Name bar, which is the address of your what? Current cell. So if, for instance, I come to here, maybe this cell, N2. The moment I run my cursor into
Ana kawo kurafu.
N2, you will see that the name bar is what? N2. Meaning what? I am in this particular what? Cell, N2. So this name box is just like an address of the what? Current cell. Then for formula, I have already explained to you that if, for instance, I just maybe this C1, I said 100, then in C2, I said 300, then maybe in F1, I want this F1 to be a sum of this C1 and C2. So I can say it is equals to, when you start writing with what equals to, you are trying to give Excel a command that you are going to use a particular word formula. So equals to this cell, I will click on cell C1, then plus this cell, which is what? Cell C2. So the moment I press enter, this cell value will be 400 because it is the sum of my value in C1 and what? C2. So as you can see, the moment I navigate to this cell F1, I use a particular formula which is C1 plus C2. So I will see it in this word formula bar. As you can see, it is in this word formula bar. That means in this particular cell, I use this formula to find the value inside that particular cell. So this formula bar shows you the formula you are using. So maybe if you are using a particular long formula that you cannot be able to see entirely inside the cell. So what you shall do is just to what? Navigate the formula into in this formula box so that you can edit whatever you want to edit in the
Sa'an ji kake.
rather than to be editing it inside what? The cell. So it will be somehow complicated to you. So you can just use this formula bar and edit your formula. That is why you can see the formula bar is very wide
Ha?
so that no matter how long your formula is,
Again.
you can easily edit it here. Also, a value inside the cell, for instance, this 100. If, for instance, I have maybe a very long name, maybe I can say, for instance, Hammad Technologies. Sorry, Hammad Technologies. So, as you can see, if, for instance, I want to edit the name, I can use this same formula bar and just edit the name. It will be as if I'm editing it inside the word cell. So as you can see, it just gives me a room for what? Simple and easy editing instead of editing inside my word, my cell. Also, there is what we call data cleaning, and all these things we are going to discuss them deeper when we are into the real Excel analysis. So you can navigate and open this cell so that it will accommodate your characters. For instance, I said Hammer Technologies because of the fact that the cell was not resized. That is why the name is not what appearing in full. But the moment I drag it like this, it will create a space so that the entire name will appear. We also have some techniques. Well, when we come to the DeFi aspect of it, I will show you that where you will navigate how to use dragging. Maybe, for instance, I want to fill this entire cell with this hammer technologies. So maybe from 1 to 10, I can I can place my cursor here, then I can drag up to 10. Then it will entirely fill it. Maybe I want to make numbering. So I said 1, 2. So instead of numbering 3 up to, I can just take my cursor here, and the moment I take it here, it will change to this plus sign. So I will drag it like this up to this height, for instance. The moment I drag it, I want it to be in form of 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will click here and check what? Pill series. So it will change it to what? 1, 2, 3, 4 up to the what number I stopped at. So all these, tricks and all this in Excel, we are going to discuss with you so that it will be easier for you to work with Microsoft Excel. So I think what we're supposed to have covered for today's class, we have covered it. Well, with this, I can give you room for Q&As. If you have any question to ask, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. I will be ready to answer. Okay. Any question? Question? If you have any question, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Laptop an ba da sosai ma. Gaskiya ni kai.
Any question? Nabil, Isa, Suleiman, Hassan Haruna, Fatima Ibrahim. If you have any question, okay. Nabil.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome, Isa Suleiman. So ask your question. Nabil, are you trying to ask your a question?
No, sir, I'm not asking questions.
Okay. So any question from someone before we call it a day? Malam Isa. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any question?
Hello, sir.
Okay, Fatima.
Hello, sir.
Okay,
No
Fatima Ibrahim. So, like, it seems nobody has any question to ask. So, maybe in the absence of any question, we can call it a day. So thank you all for listening and enjoy your nights. I see someone, Aminu Shafiu recently joined. Aminu Shafiu, you are late.
Thank you, sir. Yes, today I'm late, wallahi.
Yes, I can see actually. Well,
Uh,
the moment the
okay,
video
thank you.
shared, you can navigate through it. But in the
Okay,
meantime,
thank you, sir.
let me check how many minutes.
Okay, sir, have a beautiful night.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Malam Aminu Shafiu. So maybe we can just call it a day. Thank you all for listening. Good night.